dog flow is going to be a combination of a few different yoga poses. So to get into downward dog, start off on our all fours. You're going to plant those toes. So when we shift our weight into the air, you're able to have a nice solid foundation on your feet. We cannot do anything with our toes and our toenails on the floor flat. So make sure that your toes are planted, okay? Next, you are simply going to lift your pelvis in the air. Or you can just think about it as pressing yourself away from the mat and straightening out your legs. So just get the bend out of your knees. I'm just going to simply lift my pelvis in the air, okay? So what next we're going to do is shift our weight back, push yourself against the mat. So if you can, your heels are flat on the floor, okay? So instead of being like this, I literally just brought my hips up in the air, I'm going to shift my weight back so my back is nice and flat. Okay, this is downward dog. We're going to sit in downward dog, and when I say lift the leg, you will lift one leg up, bring it back down, lift that other leg up, bring it back down. Okay? When I say upward dog, we are going to do the opposite of what we just did. Instead of your hips going up in the air, you're going to sink those hips down into the floor. Okay? Instead of your toes being planted, your toes will be flat on the floor. And you're going to want to lift your gaze in the air so your chest is nice and open and your shoulders are back. This is not a good position for your upper body. Open up that chest and push your shoulders back. This is called upward dog. We were just in downward dog with our butts in the air. We're in upward dog with our pelvis towards the floor, okay? I'll say child's pose, and you will simply sit back onto your feet with your forearms on the mat, and you'll place your forehead on the mat. This is child's pose. This is the end of our downward dog flow. I will say back into downward dog. You'll get on all fours, plant those toes, pelvis in the air. You will shift your weight so your feet, your heels are as close to the floor as possible. And you'll bend your knees. Okay, I'll say leg up. You'll lift the leg in the air, back down. I'll say other leg. Lift that leg up in the air, bring it back down. I'll say upward dog. You will shift your weight forward so your hips can drop to the floor. Drop those hips. We are going to rotate our toes so they are flat. This is upward dog. Push those shoulders back and down, chest nice and open. I say child's pose. You will sit back onto your feet. Plant those forearms on the mat and plant your forehead. That's going to be our downward dog flow.